As food lovers, we all have our unique tastes and preferences when it comes to dining out. For me, I'm always on the lookout for a restaurant that offers a creative and unique menu, a relaxed and inviting atmosphere, and an overall exciting dining experience. What's important for you, and what do you look for when choosing where to eat? Let me know below. So this week, I'm going to try doing things just a little bit differently and let head chef Giancarlo introduce you to this week's restaurant.
It's a restaurant that is quite new. It's about 18 months of life. The idea is like you come here to have an experience. You sit down here, I'm gonna take care of you. We got a 40 sitting room here, so 40 people maximum, our maximum capacity. I will say that the 90% of the product that we got in the menu is made in the house. It's allowing me to perform with very high quality for a small amount of people. We do our own bread, focaccia, but our own ricotta cheese because it's very cozy. The ambient, the location is not very crowded. You don't never see we like to create a very good environment here. I would consider that this is a Mediterranean place, but obviously under my own influence because I work for British chef, Greek. I always been influenced from all around the world, so it kind of gave me a few direction, and now I'm taking my own way with all this influence.
So what do you think? Is that tempting you to check out Plate No.6 in Windsor too? When I first heard about the restaurant, I was intrigued by its reputation for offering innovative and delicious food, as well as a modern and stylish ambience. So the big question is, can Giancarlo and the team push the culinary envelope and deliver a truly unique dining experience in Windsor? Now I certainly hope so let's eat out.
Yellowfin tuna tartare served with salmon, raw egg, fantastic focaccia that we've been crisped before, and a lovely salad. Nice and refreshing, a lovely start.
The spicy tuna tartare was made with fresh, high-quality tuna that's been finely diced and mixed with some serious heat. Now, it's definitely not for the faint of heart, but if you're a fan of spicy food like me, it's absolutely delicious. They've got the spice level just right. It's definitely pokey, but not so much you can't taste the other flavours. Speaking of which, the salmon roe and homemade focaccia are a brilliant complement to the spicy tuna. The roe adds a briny hit to the dish, while the focaccia provides a warm and toasty balance. It also adds a wonderful pop of orange colour, along with the edible flowers. It's absolutely gorgeous. The only thing I would say is that I would reduce the amount of salad, as it hides a lot of the tuna in a forest of leaves. The tuna is the start and I want to see it. The bread has been lightly toasted, giving a slight char taste that pairs very well with the fresh tuna. So for me, this is a must-try dish if you come here.
The King Prawns is one of our best sellers here. We got Argentinian King Prawns being grilled, served with Desiree potato, crispy and nice, so it's quite a satisfaction when you have a drink, something that you want to combine with a nice lemon and paprika.
Well, this dish looks simply amazing and is right up my street. The prawns themselves are huge and juicy, and they've been cooked to perfection. There's only 4 of them, but they're so big that they practically take up the whole plate, and the flavour is just incredible. They have a wonderful natural sweetness that works so well with the garlic and the chilli seasoning. But it's not just the prawns that make this dish special. The thinly sliced Desiree potatoes are an absolute game changer. It's almost like they've been sliced as thin as crisps, and they add a wonderful crunch and depth of flavour to the dish. And let's not forget about the lemon sauce, it's a wonderful finishing touch. It's tangy and zesty and really brings all the flavours together. It's got just about the right amount of acidity to balance out the sweetness of the prawns and the crispiness of the potatoes. Now I can definitely see why this is such a popular dish that they can't take it off the menu. So what do you think of my choices so far? Would you have gone for the tuna or the prawns? Or perhaps like me, even both? If you like this video so far, it would be amazing if you could subscribe to the channel. The more people who watch, like and subscribe mean the more videos I can produce. So come on, grab a fork and get involved.
Risotto Milanese is another mains that is arborio rice that has been cooked with the wine, so is absorbing the color, so instead of being yellow, so from the traditional, my twist is that it's purple with the Ossobuco. Ossobuco is being braised cooked for 5 to 6 hours in saffron, so I invert. I put the saffron in the Ossobuco and the wine in the risotto. Is like my twist and all. And with shaved Parmigiano Reggiano and smoked paprika.
Okay, let me tell you, this dish is the real deal. And I love how Giancarlo has successfully inverted the traditional way of serving Ossobuco and Risotto Milanese. In his version of the dish, the saffron is infused into the ossobuco and the red wine into the risotto, creating a unique and delicious flavour profile. The braised ossobuco is definitely the star of the show here though, and the idea to make a jus from the veal marrow, which is a prized delicacy, is inspired and really adds extra depth to the dish. The risotto itself is skillfully cooked with just the right amount of bite, and the addition of red wine gives it a rich, complex flavour and complements the ossobuco beautifully. Now, it may not be the most visually striking dish I've ever eaten, mainly due to it being covered in parmesan and paprika, delicious, but it obscures the entire plate. It's certainly one of the best risottos I've ever tasted.
So as a main, we're gonna go with the halibut. The halibut is a dish that I'm quite happy about and proud because it's one of my. It's been created from under the influence of a couple of chefs where I work because it takes a lot of influence from Greece. We got the fava puree. We got is a very lemony. It's a split pea puree that is nice lemon that goes very well. It's also traditional in Greece, so it's a thing that I bring with me back of my experience in Greece.
Halibut's a wonderful fish, and it's been brilliantly cooked here. The white flesh is so soft and tender, and the fish is beautifully crisp. I know this might sound strange, but fish skin is actually one of my favourite things, so it's really important to me that the chef gets this bit right. And thankfully, they absolutely did here. Now, Giancarlo told me that they source the halibut whole and use every single part of the fish, even the bones, from which they make an amazing stock that adds even more depth and flavour to their dishes. It's clear they have a nose-to-tail ethos here at Plate, and believe in using every part of the animal. This is something I really admire in chefs. It shows a real dedication to sustainability and a desire to minimise waste. But it's not just the fish that makes this dish really special. But the lemon fava bean puree was a real delight. It's just so good. It added a wonderful zest and lightness to the dish, while the fava beans bring a delicious creaminess. It's clear to me a lot of thought and care has gone into every aspect of this dish.
As a dessert, we're gonna go with my own personal interpretation of the cannoli. The cannoli is one of the dishes that I'm really proud of because I'm from Sicily, so it's kind of my flag, bring it with me. And basically, I totally deconstructed the cannoli. So if you have the idea of the cannoli is a cylinder, crispy cylinder filled with ricotta cheese. What I'm gonna do, I take that crispy shell and I make kind of pillow, some empty pillow, where I'm gonna fill it with my homemade ricotta, with the hazelnut paste and the pistachio. So it's my personal type. It's one bite dish.
This cannoli has a great balance between sweet and tangy. The homemade ricotta cheese filling was creamy and indulgent, with a subtle tanginess that kept it from being too cloying. The pistachios added a lovely crunch and a nutty depth, while the chocolate drizzle was the perfect sweet complement to the dish. Each bite was small but satisfying, like a little moment of indulgence that left me feeling both satisfied and excited for another, which for me is not always the case, especially after 4 previous courses. It was like savouring a well-crafted cup of coffee or a sip of fine wine. Each flavour and texture was carefully balanced and perfectly nuanced. Not only was I impressed by the quality of the ingredients, but also the skill that went into making this wonderful dessert. So, what's my takeaway from Plate No.6? And did it answer my question from the start of this video about being able to find a relaxed, creative and exciting dining experience in Windsor? Well, thankfully the short answer is a definite yes. Funnily enough, one thing that really resonated with me from my chat with Giancarlo was when he said,
It's like you come here to have an experience. You sit down here, I'm gonna take care of you.
And do you know what? That's genuinely how it feels. I think the small, intimate nature of the restaurant, with a great view of the kitchen, plus the warm welcome and care of his team, really does make you feel looked after. So when you combine this with amazing ingredients cooked with skill, invention and care, I think it's safe to say that Plate No.6 smashed all the expectations I placed on it before sitting down. Now I'm currently putting together my top 5 favourite places to eat in Windsor, so without giving too much away, I've got a really good feeling Plate might be making this list. If you want to find out about my top 5 favourite places to eat in Maidenhead, then I'll link to that now. Thank you so much for watching, and if you found this video useful, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any recommendations for places I might have missed in Windsor, then I'd love to hear about those too. And who knows, maybe your suggestion will make it to the top 5 list for 2023.